Hey cats, what's happening? Still suffering from the Rona. No, I didn't get the illness, but I am suffering from some of the ramifications from this crazy, stupid virus, whatever it is. I'm just not seeing it around here, but they say that it's terrible, people are dying. Well, then the facts come out and no, they're not, so who knows. Anyway, I got my lumber for the dock and some to replace the boards on the picnic table in the back. Got my 16-foot stringers here for the dock, the posts, the decking. So I'm anxious to get that job started, but that, once I get into that, I want it to be like an all-day project. So I'm going to start on it early in the morning, and then I'll have all day to keep going at it, because by the time I stretch my extension cord and get the lumber back there and start cutting and putting stuff together, I don't want to have to put everything away in an hour or two, so I got to give it an all-day project. So I'm anxious to get this dock done, and it will be interesting to see how a 65-year-old man builds a dock and gets it in the pond all by himself. That might be a challenge, but I'm up for it. I'm always up for a challenge. So I was talking about how this virus has really started to get under my skin. We got the lumber. Well, back up. I'm not about to start not doing things because I'm afraid of this virus or have it affect my plans. That's the part that really, really irks me, So when I needed lumber for the dock, I got some quotes, and I see that the price of lumber has gone up considerably. So I'm paying a couple more $100 more for this stack of lumber than I would a year ago. Is that going to prevent me from doing this project? No. It just irritates me that I have to pay more for it. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for another year or two to hope that the prices of lumber go down so that I can do my project. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. There's other things, though, that have affected us in this whole realm of this COVID thing. And I'm sure you guys are as irritated about it as I am. I don't really believe that it's a big threat anymore. I don't think it, to me anyways, from everything I'm hearing, everything I'm seeing, the facts are starting to come out crystal clear that it's really no worse than the flu. Now, if we look back at the Sturgis rally, hardly anybody was wearing masks there. And really, I have only seen one report of a guy that came up positive for the corona, and he went back to Minnesota, and according to the report, he spread it to some other people. But I haven't heard any other reports of anybody from Sturgis spreading coronavirus all over the place. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about it. And there's still been stuff going on out there ever since. I mean, once the rally ended, there were still events going on. In fact, just this week in Deadwood, which is not too far from Sturgis, they had a huge event going on. Nobody in town was wearing masks. Everybody was out in the street partying and carrying on, and still no coronavirus out there. The locals are just living their life like they would any other time. So I find that very interesting. That's the real truth of the matter. So it's being used by our government to control us. They want... I don't get it, and I'm not even going to try to understand it at this point. Maybe someday it'll all come out and we'll be just like shaking our heads going, wow, How could we have let that happen? Yeah, our state governor has put all these mandates out that have shut businesses down, that have driven prices up, that have left people jobless, and it's absolutely ridiculous. My wife and I like to go out to our favorite Asian place, and it's an Asian buffet. You know, it's like all you can eat, and they have really good food. Now I've been to some Asian buffets that weren't all that good, but they have really good food. They refresh the food all the time, making sure that nothing's been sitting out there too long. And they're very nice people. Well, we've been going there for years, and now we go there, and you can't go around and dish your own food up anymore. No. They, according to their mandate of how they have to perform because of this COVID, they have to dish it out for you. So, you take your plate and you say, I'd like a little bit of rice. Whack, plop, they put like a huge pile of rice on your plate. Oh, no, I didn't want all that, I just wanted a little bit of rice because now I want this and I want that. I want some General Tso's chicken. Whoop, plop, they fill up the whole other half of your plate with General Tso's chicken. No, I want to go around the buffet. I want a whole bunch of stuff. Now I can't fit anything more on my plate. So, we're like, well, I don't know if we really want to go there because it's not the way it used to be. Another irritation, Why can't things just be the way they used to be? We go to the grocery store. Can't find half the stuff you're looking for. I mean, the whole grocery retail thing is turned upside down now. So sometimes the shelf's empty. Sometimes they have piles of toilet paper, and the next day you go, there's no toilet paper. It's just a crazy world that we're living in right now. It's just insane. Ticks me off. Then here's another one. They're telling us there's a second wave of the COVID coming around this fall. Oh, really? What's going to be like a movie release? How do they know that we're going to have a second round of COVID in the fall? How do they know that? How do you know that the common cold is coming? How do you know that the flu's going around? Oh yeah, everybody knows that, when flu season is, but it doesn't mean you're going to get flu. But they act like, it's inevitable, like it's coming like a wave, be ready for it. How can you predict something like that? How? I don't think it's even possible. I don't get it. Control, that's what I think it is, control. Okay, I'm done with that rant for now. Let it be said. You may have noticed earlier in the video, and somebody noticed it in my last video too, that my poster was falling down. So that's fixed. It's all back up. Good to go again. Well, I've got some preliminary plans that I kind of threw together. This was my lumber order that I had put together and sent out to the lumberyard, got some price quotes. And then I have this kind of layout for the dock. So these posts that are out in the water, this will be the shore here, the shore end, and then this will be down in the deep water. It'll set on this pad so this will all be bolted together as one unit. So I can build this frame on shore and then just push it out into the water. It'll slide on this plate to where I want it. And then on this end, these posts will go down into the ground here, one on each corner. And then I'm going to have one bolt in there, so when it's in the water, it can do this. It can go up and down. Now, why is that? Because anybody that has a dock knows that in the winter, the ice freezes around it. If it rains, the ice will lift the dock up. When the ice melts, the dock will go back down again. If I were to put these posts anchored into the ground, it caused a lot of damage to the dock. So this way, you know, this part here just sits on the bottom of the lake. And I already know the depth right here, so you know everything will come out level when it's all put in the water. And then when it bolts to these two posts, as the ice lifts it up, it'll just hinge on this. When the ice melts, it'll set right back down on the bottom of the pond. Ingenious, isn't it? And you might say, oh, that's not going to work, Itchy. Well, guess what? It's worked for 20 years because that's the way I built the first dock. And the only reason I tore it out is because it was rotten. You couldn't walk on it anymore. It was too dangerous. It kind of started to fall apart. So I'm looking forward to that project, and I am going to get started on it one of these days here fairly soon. Maybe next week, I don't know. You know, we got to see what their schedule is because we got so much going on. It's crazy. We're still waiting to hear from the doctor. Now, this is a holiday weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day. You know what? In the past, I would have been getting on the bike and riding down to Chillicothe, Ohio on Labor Day weekend for the Easy Riders motorcycle rodeo. Canceled this year. So that's out. I'm just gonna hang around here this weekend. No big plans, but anyway, we were supposed to get a call from the doctor last week, and he never called. So here we are, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. We'll get a call from him. So that's 4 more days that we gotta wait for an answer. And boy, that weighs on us too. Just waiting to hear whether or not they're going to do surgery on Val. So guys, that's pretty much where it stands today. It's warm out there in the sunshine, so I gotta find something to do to stay cool today. Well, you know what? Actually, we're gonna be heading into town here in a little bit because we've got a package we've got to get to the FedEx store. We've got to pick up some other things, and I don't know, a couple different stops we got to make. And then it's date night, so we're going to go find something good to eat for dinner. We'll take my wife out to dinner. Till next time, guys, I will catch you later.